What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jason Hendrickson, and I am your host of Kingdom Conversations. And today we are bringing to the stage this guy. He's my friend. He's my brother. He is probably one of the greatest minstrels, and I use that term loosely. Musicians, producer, songwriter extraordinaire. And I'm not going to waste no more time. He's here, and there's a lot for us to unpack today. So I want you to welcome to the stage, to the conversation, my friend and my brother, Tim D. Clinton. What's up, my guy?
Man, how you feeling?
Listen, man, I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm still in a place of shock, you know, what's been going on for the last couple of days, and man, you've been having a conversation since everything has happened. Yeah. But I'm excited. I'm just excited with or without that, just to be on the show with you.
Listen, man. Listen, I am honored. We go back a number of years. Talking about to when you were still in Ohio and you were on Radio 1000. We've been doing this, getting on each other's shows and platforms. So first thing I wanted to say is congratulations to you on I Do It For Him.
Yes, sir.
It's taken over the charts.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's talking about it, man. How you feeling, bro, with this new record, man?
It's really an unreal, unexplainable feeling, like I said, especially when I'm having these conversations with you. I'm like, Jay, what has happened? And then all of a sudden you start getting emails about singles and radio interviews. Can you please send your single to our station so we can? And I'm like, I don't have a manager. I don't have a single. I just put, because here's the thing, and this, I've been kind of talking about this project since my days when I was in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And you were one of the ones that was strongly pushing me to put the music out.
Absolutely.
And a lot of things I was fearful on why I didn't. And so I really, I didn't have the plan. Everybody talking about this, like, timber artists. I'm like, I ain't none of this stuff y'all talking about. Like, I don't, like, when you going on tour, ain't no tour. It ain't, it's not none of this.
Well, if you go on tour, I want to open for you.
I'm
putting it out there. I want to open for Tim.
Hey, it's your album. I don't know what we gonna do. You the headliner.
Check, man. Listen, I whenever people put out music, first of all, I want to give you, and I told you this when we talked behind the scenes, kudos for even having the guts to do this, because when you are creative and you do this, especially being as critical as we are about other people's stuff.
I'm critical.
Listen, we be tearing jokers up when it ain't right. We be like, now, Doc, that was terrible. That was, in the words of Tim Clinton, that was god awful.
God awful.
God awful.
God awful.
So how nervous were you? Because I know, I've been doing this since 2004 independently. I know how nervous I am, even after 20 years of doing it. Putting out music, I am nervous. My stomach is in knots. I don't go to sleep the night of the release. How nervous were you, man, when you were doing this?
The level of nervousness was at an all-time high. hey, Jack, I was looking for so many people to affirm it because I didn't want to fail in front of people. Because, like you said, I am one that is critical of a lot of stuff that people do. I'm like, man, if this goes down, I got to log off the internet. Oh, my God. They're going to kill me.
Man, listen.
And I got to receive it.
Yeah.
If I give it, I got to be able to receive it. And
listen.
So I was nervous on so many. And then on the other side of my nervousness, Jay, was, would the people really be blessed? You know what I mean? Because in my heart, once we lock in musically, Jay, we go to a whole nother place.
Yeah.
I mean, if we just be honest, the services that we used to do at the church, we had albums that, I mean, if we just said take our moments in worship and took those songs that God gave you, we had some incredible stuff
Oh, yeah.
going on.
Yeah, it was
And
moments.
so that was where really my heart was. You
Mm.
know, I can laugh, I can joke, I can
Mm.
do a whole lot of stuff. But when it comes to that, that's
Mm.
very special to me. I take it real serious.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, man, I was praying, man, that people would be blessed. And that's what was one of the sides of nervousness, you know.
Man.
So,
And when I started to unpack the album, because as soon as it dropped,
yeah.
stopped everything. And I said, I want to put my ears on this. Dude, I'm telling you, when I pressed play and I heard Bishop Norman Wagner
I know, you know.
and Iona Lott, I was flatlined. I said, Tim, you play dirty. You play dirty. Bro, when Bishop Wagner said, grant us access to the mind of God.
Man.
Man,
Yes, sir.
What made you do that? Other than I know you and I have a deep honor and appreciation for our legacy and where we come from.
Yes.
The apostolic doctrine.
Yes.
But to think to do something like that, because you know, there's just certain people you don't mess with, you don't touch.
Yes.
And if you're gonna add them to your thing, it better be right, because you would have had the whole apostolic movement after you if this wasn't right, Reverend. You not only did you do Wagner, but you got Bishop Lott. Or now you talk about two treasures, man.
Yes, sir.
What made you do that, man?
So my first thought was to create a story, to create people, well, to cause people to envision how I kind of grew up. And my thought was like, when people think of invocation, like, now I'm gonna say this one time, and I probably never say it if I do another interview. I got music that was supposed to be on the album that is done. So I have an invocation with Bishop Roy Brown. I have an invocation with Bishop Delano Ellis, and I was choosing between these records. And so I'm gonna release them separately. And so I did a bunch of them. And so I was like, you know, this one really stuck.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking of an invocation, and then I was thinking of a benediction. And so that's why I ended the album with "The Lord bless you and keep you."
Yeah. That was so powerful. I mean, and Bishop Wagner, his prayer was so short, but it's so impactful.
Man.
And it's almost like I want to take that and recite that before I start to preach. Like, I want to make that my thing. That's how impactful it that's how it touched me. I was like, man, that's a great opening.
Yes, sir.
Before I preach, man. And I'm like, yo, what other honor can you give somebody, man, that they've made an impact, that you take what they say and make it your thing and make it, you know. And then when Bishop Lott came on, I was like, Jesus, she just prayed in a different dimension. And you know, I have a high regard for her, especially being the first time I met her was because of you.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me tell y'all what Tim Clinton did. And I talk about this every time we interview, but Tim used to be on probably the biggest radio station in gospel, Radio 1000.
Yes,
and
sir.
He used to call me like every week. What you doing, Jay? Nothing. Like, all right, I need you to come on the show. All right. And I never would ask him because I trusted my brother. I never asked him what was the show about. So this one particular day, he just called me, and he wasn't Tim back then. He was Bo. Bo from Cleveland. So I put my phone, Bo from Cleveland. So I'm like, all right, what up, man? He said, yo, Jay, I need you to get on the show today. You and Brian Kahn. I was like, all right, cool. Man, I get on the show, and this guy starts asking questions about women bishops. And again, Tim had the biggest one of the biggest radio stations, all the markets syndicated. I was like, oh my God, why is he doing this? And me and Brian Kahn on it, well, Prophet Brian Kahn, Bishop, I don't want to, not use his title because he'll be with us in a couple of weeks. So I don't want him fussing me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
He's coming to preach for us. So he coming for our convocation.
Gotcha.
So me and Prophet Khan on there going back and forth. Tim is asking us all kind of questions. And Tim goes, hold on, y'all, hold on. We got a surprise caller. And me and Brian Khan was like, what in the world? And lo and behold, y'all, he says, ladies and gentlemen, bringing Bishop Iona Locke to the platform. And when I tell y'all, she started to wear me and Prophet Khan out. She said, y'all are novice.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking. And you know how she talks. She's like, you young men don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's it.
Woman from the very beginning of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then
She went to work.
She went to work. I was smart enough to shut up.
Yes.
Karn, he just went at it with her.
Sister Locke. Remember, he called her Sister Locke.
He wouldn't call her Bishop. He's like, Sister Locke, you're not going to overtalk me, Sister Locke. You're not going to overtalk me. It was just crazy. So me and Tim been doing this. That had to be almost 10, 12 years ago.
Yes, that happened. Minimum, yeah.
And it's just been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to you about I Do It For Him.
Okay.
How was it that you made the song selection? Because we got songs on there. Praise to the Lord Almighty, in his presence, lead me to Calvary. My absolute favorite, which I'm not going to front, bro, when I played it, I went into prayer and I just started, it had me in tears, bro. Had me in tears. I was stuck and I just had it on repeat. Wow. I was stuck with Come Thou Fount for about an hour, bro.
Wow.
And it just took me to a place because you and I shared something about when you did your documentary, and I told you a situation I'm going through with my daughter. And that's just been killing me, man. It's just my heart been broken behind it. And when I put that song on, I'm always thinking about my daughter Courtney. And I'm always like, Lord, I just want you to fix this situation, make it better. And man, I was praying about it, and that song came on, bro. Just wiped me out, bro.
Yeah,
wiped me out. How did you know what hymns to pick that would bless people the way that blessed me?
Man, that's like probably the biggest question that you're gonna ask me. So, leaving Ohio, I have really always been attracted to the hymn. I didn't really get into the history of hymns until I got to Pilgrim.
You gotta know hymns at Pilgrim.
You got to know. If you don't know hymns, you I don't know why you're there.
Well, that's over there.
Yeah. And so, one of my biggest inspirations, and I still can't find her, I've been looking for her. I put her in my documentary. She was one. Her name is Kathy Hutchinson.
She's over with Solomon.
I can't find her. I didn't inbox Kathy. I've been looking for Kathy.
Wow.
Kathy is one of the reasons why I did this record.
Wow.
Pastor Deb used to have us on a 2-day schedule. We used to have to do office hours at the church. Pastor Deb, I still don't know why we had to do that.
She was just doing what Bishop did. Bishop had them there, I think, almost 3-4 days.
5 days. It was 5 days.
They had to wear suit and ties and everything. They had to wear ties, Reverend.
I did not know that.
Oh wow. Man, Bishop Brown was different. He was tough.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I didn't know Praise to the Lord. I didn't know Come Thy Fount and Mighty Fortress. I didn't know those hymns until I got to Pilgrim.
Wow.
And so I actually, when because Kathy used to sit me in the back. This is during our office hours. And she opened the hymn book. And so, I sight read pretty well, piano. Okay. Now, I don't, when you was talking the other day about me playing the violin, so I can see pretty well. And so when I was going through the hymns, I'm reading, and then I'm looking at the people that wrote the hymns. So I will go study. I'm like, these are some phenomenal testimonies on why some of these guys wrote these hymns.
Yeah.
And that's where I got the inspiration to use those particular songs.
Wow, that's crazy. And you, I didn't know this about you, but if you guys listen to the project, I hit Tim. I was like, "Yo, who did the string?" He was like, "Yo, you don't know I play violin." I didn't know that, bro.
Yep.
I didn't know that. That's crazy. So you're in there like,
yeah.
I can't picture. Wait a minute. If I see you playing violin, Tim, I'm a
viral. Viral is over.
You got to do a video. You got to do a video to one of your. Let me tell you how people take the sales over. You gonna take the sales over top. You do a video to Come Down Fountain, come down and playing violin, Reverend. We out of here. We on the road for the rest of the year. Because I still don't believe you. I'm your brother. I'm like, Tim play violin. Yeah, okay. I just can't.
You gotta like download Snapchat or something. We need some erasable.
Something that plays out in 30 seconds. That's crazy. When did you start playing violin?
That's my first. That's really my second instrument. So, and actually, I play the viola because it's a distinct
big difference, right?
Yeah. So, my grandmother got me playing viola, man, probably around 9. Really? And I played it all the way through high school.
Wow.
You know, yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. I was first.
I know you play bass.
Play bass. That's my first. Yep.
Yep. Viola. Do you play drums at all?
Worst drummer in the country.
Top 5 worst.
Oh man, you put me on drums, it's over. I don't know why I can't play. All y'all can play drums. I'm kind of confused. Why
everybody starts on drums.
I am awful. I can hold your service down if I'm like the last resort. Like, don't pay me.
you got to do like the old churches do. Bake, have a cake or something.
Oh, man, give me a cake. Yeah, that's all I'm worth.
That is crazy. I never knew that, man. That's dope.
Yes, sir.
But you talked about being here in New York. What made you make that move? Because a lot of people from Midwest and down south, it's normally the other way around. We're trying to get where y'all at because y'all the ones that got the land, the cost of living is cheaper, but you took a leap of faith, bro, and came up here.
Yeah.
And you made a major mark in this town.
Yes,
and that's not easy to do, especially being an outsider. And how was you able to become one of us? Because we love you, bro. Like you was born here.
Yes,
how did you do that?
So my first stop, Jay, wasn't Brooklyn. It wasn't the 5 boroughs. A guy named I don't know if he's Bishop now. He's out in Long Island.
Kevin McGinnis.
Kevin McGinnis.
I remember that.
Yeah. So Kevin McGinnis moved me to New York. Amazing ministry, great guy. I did some stuff I wasn't supposed to do, and he had to let me go.
And y'all don't know Bishop McGinnis. He's clear.
Yeah.
But if you close your eyes, you think he one of us.
Oh, yeah. Good preacher, good church, good family. And so let me tell you, it's a craziest story. So I'm headed back to Akron. I'm like, man, I didn't fail. Dang, I'm see if I can if Dr. Ari Vernon give me my job back, because that's when I had first, that's when he first opened the Akron location, Word Church. Okay. And I was the MD at the church. So, and so I'm like, I gotta start making some calls because I am jobless. So I get to the George Washington Bridge and ring. Hey man, how are you? I'm like, hey, how are you? Who is this? This is Stanley Brown. Now, I didn't know who he was. He said, man, where you at right now? Like, man, I'm headed back to Ohio. He said, man, I'm about to send you my location, man. Meet me here. So he shot me his location. I met him on Central Avenue. All right. So I go in the church. It's nobody in there, right? So he cuts the organ on. He said, man, play one of your favorite hymns. I think I played like Great Is Thy Faithfulness. All of a sudden, out of the dark, I see a man come in with a wheelchair, right? And so it's Bishop Brown and Pastor Deb. They walk in together. And so I think I switched it up. I started playing like It Is Well. And I'm looking at Bishop Brown. He got tears in his eye. And I don't know none of these people. I've never heard of him.
Wow.
Right. And so Stanley said, man, thank you. Right. I'm like, cool, that was weird. Hey, and Jay, here's the crazy part. My car is outside loaded with clothes and TVs. I'm out of here.
Wow.
Right. And so Stanley got me in the back. He said, man, what would it take for you to be here? And I said, man, I ain't got no place to live. I ain't got nothing. I was like, long as it's good enough for me to live. It's like, man, they pretty much saying, we'll give you whatever you want. I'm like, what? And so that's how it kind of went.
Wow.
But then I'm like, I still don't have no place to live. Now, Jay, I didn't know how the system was set up as far as living. Like, just get on the internet and find your apartment, your credit. You got to have the type of money. So I remember, man, I'm in Harlem on like 100. I think I'm even further than that. Like I'm almost in the Bronx in the 150s in this one bedroom living with this lady. Yeah.
Now hold it.
Hey, I could do a whole other documentary on Brooklyn now.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Oh, you gotta leave that alone. No,
I'm leaving that alone.
But here's the thing: it was like a high end, like brownstone. So I'd never seen that lady.
Oh, okay.
Until it was time to pay.
Time to pay rent.
Time to pay rent. I had to give her $350 every week to live.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. See, and that's so crazy because people, they look at those that God has allowed to get to certain points, and they don't understand everybody has a backstory.
Yes, sir.
You didn't just get on the major platforms that you're on now and the conferences and all that. Because I remember you told me about how you ended up even playing for Paula White.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the craziest stories. So you've always been, and I want you to talk about this. To me, watching you as your brother, you've always been a risk taker. You've always been a guy that jumps out and like, listen, it is what it is. It's what happens. How important is that, Tim, when you're going after what you feel is your God-given assignment?
It's very important, honestly, because if you don't take the chance, you will never know. And the way I don't never view failure as failed. I always find the win in everything I do. Even if I don't accomplish it, even if it doesn't go as planned, I always take something from it positive. And I say, okay, I'm gonna use that for the next move. I am not afraid to try anything. If I feel like if it's God led, if it's Tim led, I'm gonna just try it. I don't know how it's gonna end. I don't know who's gonna jump on board. I don't know who's gonna subscribe. I am just that risk taker because I believe that if I don't try it, I would never know what it could end up being. And so, I'm not afraid of a critic. I'm not afraid of, that, because one thing I know, Jay, that sometimes success will have people that's very close to you to start that kind of funny too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, dang, it was all good on this level. It made you comfortable. Certain people don't really subscribe. They only subscribe to you on a level that makes them comfortable.
Absolutely.
But once you start to move in a level of success, they kind of branch out and branch off because it's like, nah, I'm not comfortable anymore because, or whatever the reason. And so that's where I'm really at with it. I just believe that whatever God told you or whatever you feel like even if you ain't got the plans, even if you ain't got the blueprints, even if you don't have the funding, I used to tell people all the time. I said, man, we got the internet. Jay, we've been doing this internet stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
We was never afraid and no, just launch,
Yeah.
jump, just do it.
Let me tell you something. All the music that I've done, all the albums I put out, I've never had the money. I've never had the money. Even for like, I'm getting ready to launch my first artist from my music group, Alex Sales.
Yeah.
I mean, and for her first single, dude, I got everybody top notch. Roy Cotton, Roger Jean, David Caitman, Daniel Revel, Andrew Price, Marcos Robinson.
Wow.
I mean, Sherelle Cruz was the recording engineer.
Wow.
I just said, listen, man, and I just told all of them, I said, yo, I need you to do it. I'm gonna pay you. I don't know how, but just because I put it out there, God sent the resources, and I don't owe nobody nothing. Yeah. Everybody's been paid. Everybody is willing to work again, because that's the other thing, man. When you're doing this stuff, if you're integral with people, people will look out for you. You know, even with Roy, you know, Roy Cotton, he's at the top of the food chain.
Absolutely.
And he was like, yo, Jay, man, I believe in you. And he did what he did, and he didn't give me nothing mediocre. I mean, the arrangement and the orchestration on this song is Disney World all the way.
Wow.
And so I'm like, man, this is great. So that's an example, man, that I think we need to follow. Just and know that before you hit the ground and break your leg, God gonna catch you, and He's gonna make a way for you to do what you got to do, man. This project, Tim, what is your favorite song?
That's a good question again. Favorite song, favorite. Well, praise to the Lord the Almighty. That's my morning meditation, no matter what I do. Like if I'm at home, the first thing I do, I wake up, I go straight to my piano, and that's what I play.
Wow.
And so, that probably would be my favorite. Yeah. And the way Austin Blackman out of Indiana sung it, it was like,
he's cold.
Man,
he's cold.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Now, who are some of the other people you have on the project, as far as musicians or guest artists? Who's on this project with you?
Okay, the Invocation track 1. That's with Bishop Wagner, Pastor John Hanna, and
that's who that was. Because it doesn't say it on, like,
it don't say his name.
No, I'm looking at iTunes and it says, I see Iona Lott, I see Bishop Norman Wagner, but I'm like, yo, that sounds like Hannah, but I don't see it.
I messed that up then, because I thought I put it in there.
No, I didn't see it because it was bugging me out. I was like, yo, that sounds like John Hanna.
Wow.
But I'm looking and I only see those 2 names. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's Pastor Hanna.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And so that's Meacham Clark that was on the pipe organ. That's Meacham Clark that was on the pipe organ. Alita McKay. That's Alita.
I know Alita.
Yeah, that's her on Come Thy Fount.
Okay. Ooh, she sung that, Reverend.
Yes, sir.
Oily.
Who else did I have? This guy named Jarrell Little. He's out of Louisville, Kentucky. Okay. That's him playing it as well in the minor key. Matter of fact, let me pull it up because I don't want to just be out here just guessing.
I write everything down, Reverend. You need your glasses, Tim?
Right. Josh Orr. So let me explain Great is Thy Faithfulness. So there was a clip that Justin Savage put up.
Okay.
He's now the minister of music or pastor of worship at Potter's House.
Okay.
And he was doing Great is Thy Faithfulness, and it was no music. Josh Orr took the clip from the service, put music to it, and put it up on Instagram. 2 minutes into it starting to get the traction, I hit it. I say, hey, archive that real quick and call me. I said, bro, I need that for my album.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's how I got Great is Thy Faithfulness. Yeah. Wow. So before people started to get, here, because it was about to go crazy, I said, take it back. Take it down.
Take it down, man of God.
Who else? Eli, he's from out of Atlanta. Eli is really the brains behind a lot of the music.
Okay.
Emmett Trill
Oh yeah.
from New York, the bass player. He orchestrated a lot of the bass strings on Mighty Fortress.
Okay.
Who else is on the record? Let's see. That's pretty much. Oh, Olivia. I never met her. I met her through someone. That's her singing on Be Still. That's her doing the background vocals.
You know what you should do, Tim? You should do another graphic with the credits and put that out. Because that you'd be shocked. Like when we were doing records back in the day, that's what kept us getting more work. Like I didn't know who did all this stuff. So now that I'm doing a record, I may want to reach out to those guys like, yo, can you? And I won't know if you don't release that. So that's something that
I'm doing it today.
Yeah, I always do that, man, because especially with musicians and talents that people may not know, that's important, man, because that's how you create more opportunities because your platform is heavy. You know what I mean? And you put something out and have somebody on it. That's why I'm trying to get Tim to do this other record with me. Because, one thing I want to talk about, bro, is we have to start recognizing the gift in one another. And I know the value. That's why with me rebooting this show, you had to be my first guest because I understand your value and I honor your value.
Wow.
And I think that when people in our community and our culture start doing that, like if I need something to go viral or need a bigger audience, I'm hitting Tim.
Wow.
Because I know when if I say, yo, Tim, Alex project is coming out, I need you to do blah, blah. I already know as soon as you click on, it's going to be 1,500 people watching. I don't have that audience. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and it takes nothing away from me knowing that I don't got it, but my brother do. So why not tap into my brother and allow him to just throw me an alley-oop? Like, if you need me to do something, like, yo, no problem, bro. I got you.
And the beauty of that, Jay, I'm honestly glad because I'm excited for her as well. Like, I'm really in that space that whoever I'm connected to, I'm pushing her like it's my stuff.
That's how you got to do it.
And I know sometimes, it's just like we post it in our story. No, I'm doing a whole layout.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 5 days before I'm part of the countdown. I told someone the other day, I said, man, put me part of the street team.
Yeah.
I want to be part of your street team. I want to push this just as much as I might push it more than you push it. Like
and you know what people don't know, bro? That's seed. And when you in the Bible says he gives seed to the sower. So if you're constantly doing that, that's why opportunities keep coming to us. Like right before we got on, I just got my staff just hit me a major conference,
Wow.
Just invited me to come preach.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there like, what? It's blown. Wow. And I know that these opportunities are only coming because I'm always sowing into others, even when I know they wouldn't do it if it was the other way around.
Come on. Yeah.
And now that you're doing this, we got to touch this, bro, without calling any names. How are you preparing to deal with the gatekeepers? Because you know they're there.
I think depending on what side of the fence we're looking at it from, a lot of it is demonic. And to be honest, I ignore it because gatekeeping has never stopped my forward progress.
Right.
Because my biggest support has always been strangers I've never shook hands with.
Please say that again, bro.
My biggest supporters has always been strangers I've never shook hands with.
Wow.
And so I don't even pay attention. I don't, and to be honest, and it's not to undermine who they are, but I don't even know who they are to even gatekeep what I got going on.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
Yeah. So I try my best, even if they may like me by way of something that I may not have included them, because a lot of gatekeepers gatekeep because they're not included. And so they really only support you when they're involved.
Wow.
And so I really don't put myself in that space of gatekeeping. Like if you're the gatekeeper of a city or an industry, God bless you, man. Because the people that, like I said, man, they rock with me. Is I never even the most interaction I got with them is an inbox or a DM or a reply on a post. I don't know none of the subscribers. I don't know none of these people, and so
I need you to pray for me because unfortunately, I know them, and I've seen them work.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's just bad. I'm like, man, like,
yeah.
Hey, y'all don't want to support nobody. Y'all don't want to. Hey, I mean, you learn to work around it, but it's just like you know who I think got a grip on how it should be. Atlanta. When I look at the cats in the music industry in Atlanta, even preaching wise, like I was just down in Atlanta at New Birth. Down there to hang out with Pastor Bryant. And the operation that he got going on down there, and to see how the other pastors in the area are embracing what he's doing and supporting what he's doing. I'm like, man, God, they got Black Wall Street down there. I really want to live here and in Atlanta. I really want to get a place down there.
It'd be a great move.
Just to do business. You know, I want to do church up here, but just to do business down there, just to be a part of that community, that mindset of how they pushing it. I went down for Malloy's conference, Millions, game changer, bro. Game changer to see how the church has embraced him. The R&B artists, Bobby Valentino, they there rocking just because it's him. Q from 112. They're like, yo, Travis is my man. They on stage hugging the dude, telling everybody to support him. I'm like, imagine if the major players from New York City and from every city in the country just understood that, it's some new voices coming up. There's some younger cats coming up. But if I embrace them, it just stretches my time.
Yes.
That's all it does. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because, I mean, when I tell you Malloy got Atlanta on lock. You hear what I'm telling you?
Absolutely.
I was sitting there like, yo, this is madness.
Because they have learned the worth and the wealth in collaboration.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, and it's almost unfortunate that it's not like that in that area, because some of the most gifted, some of the most incredible people you would know, if they just put all of that together into one pool, it'd be life changing. You know, and I can really dig deep in that conversation, but I don't feel like I don't want no phone calls. But I know
they watching, especially when they know me and you talking.
Oh man, I know the spirit. Yeah, it's a spirit. It's a spirit behind some of that stuff.
But that's deep, man. How spiritual it is. But I'm praying that God will break that in the city, man, and because it just burdens me, man. Because I'm just looking at, I mean, even Nelly and them cats from St. Louis. You look at the St. Lunatics, how he was a part of that group, but he just happened to break first, and everybody else just grabbed his coattail and said, "Let's ride." I'm like, yo, it don't matter who go first, but if you get through, I'm not saying help everybody, but there's a lot of people out here that got what it takes to play on a major level. But you know what they do though, Tim?
What's that?
They will embrace people that aren't a threat to them. And they will co-sign people that they know don't have the possibility to blow past them.
You speaking prophetically now, Doc.
Yeah, and that's sad because my job, and that's why when I do records, I always reach back and hire, and bring the younger cats in, because it's not my job to compete with them. It's my job to complete them and make sure they do more than I've done. You know what I'm saying?
And Jay, here's to piggyback off of what you said. Here's the demonic side of it. They know that they may feel like they may not be able to pass me, but just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah. If it blow up, honor me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, they'll try to stop it, and then when it worked, that's the son of the city. My son. I'm like, nah, dude. You call the promoter and told them to cancel me, or else you wasn't coming. And they told me.
Wow.
Oh, the church called me and told me that when you saw me on the flyer, you canceled.
Wow.
Yeah, it's craziness that goes on, and I'm just like. And my only prayer is, God, if you ever, and I don't even want to say if, because they can't live forever. Maya Angelou said this, that every cloud runs out of rain.
Wow.
So that darkness is going to just die off after a while. But when God places us in that position, Tim, I pray that we never become like that, because the generation coming behind you is supposed to do more. Yeah. They're supposed to be greater. They're going to be faster. They're going to be stronger. That's the way it's supposed to work. Yeah. But if you play your position right, you will always be able to pivot in the kingdom and move from doing this to doing that. Because I don't want to be 50 years old playing for Vincent Bohannon. Like, I would look crazy doing that. So why wouldn't I support Daniel and Sean and them cats? And, give them some game on how to carry themselves out on the road and not get into the trouble that we got into, all of the exposure and church fame, what that brings and all that. Because they did it heavy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now it's 10 times worse than when we were out there, because when we were doing it, there was no social media. Mm-hmm. A lot of our mistakes, it may have gotten out, but it wasn't nationwide. It wasn't viral. Mm-hmm. So, I just pray, man, that God uses our generation to break that curse, man, because it's a terrible thing. But now we get ready to wrap up. I got to ask you this. Have you made peace with the prayer warriors? Has there been a ceasefire?
Hey, let me tell you something. When I tell you I'm in good graces with the prayer warriors.
Because you need them for this project, man.
Listen, I have no jokes. I have no nothing. I need every intercessor.
Listen.
Every liturgical dancer.
Listen.
I need them to mime to the music.
Yes. No matter how aggressive they talk in tongues, we not scared no more. A few of them scared us with that.
Do all of that. I need
you co-signing all that now.
Oh yeah, I'm with it. Hey, matter of fact, if anybody got something to say about any prayer warrior, I'm blocking you.
You blocking them?
I'm deleting you off my page.
Red. I'm not a friend of ours. We want all the prayer warriors to get I Do It For Him and go forth. Make videos.
Hey, Jay, in the words of LeBron James, when he said, Cleveland, this is for you. Prayer warriors, this is for you. This is for you. I did this for y'all. This is my contribution for my sins.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord. You was once an enemy, but now you all friends.
Yes, sir. We all friends. All sins are forgiven. Mm-hmm.
Fat Joe had the Joker moment. This is a Jay Hen moment. Tim Clinton has just announced he's at peace with every prayer warrior.
We can put it. I can't wait to put this out so they can see it. I can't wait.
Tim, this has been incredible, man. And like I said before, man, I am so proud of you, bro, that
I appreciate
that you took the time to do this. Because another thing this is going to do, this is going to introduce a whole nother generation to the hymns of the church, because we don't do hymns like that in our churches anymore. Right. And we get mad at the young guys for not knowing it. Mm-hmm. But now this kind of takes away the excuse, because one of our own is introducing it in a way that's, palatable or platable to identifiable to all generations. So this is something that I can listen to with my mothers and my children. So, and I'm doing it like this. I'm putting it on and I'm just walking away and I'm just playing it.
Yeah.
And I'm watching people's reaction. And
Yeah.
it's powerful, bro. So
Wow.
congratulations to you, man.
Yes, sir.
My prayer
Thank
is that this record continues to take over the charts and that
Yes, sir.
it just takes you around the country. And
Yes,
I'm serious, man. If you go on tour, I wanna come play tambourine or something, man.
Listen, if that conversation comes up, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Jay Hen, listen, they talking this tour stuff. Well, can you leave? I know you
Listen,
time
just
pastor.
have me back on Sunday. That's it. All week long, I can do Bible study from anywhere as long as I got internet.
Hey, we're in the same position, so
Yes,
I got to get back too. So
yes, sir, because we
already
don't
know
want
I'm
no problems
calling.
with Bishop Rudy. We don't want no problems with Bishop.
Not my bishop.
One of my favorite preachers, man. But
Yes.
Tim, man, if people want to contact you, if they want to book you, how can they find you?
Well, my name is the same no matter where socially. I'm pretty you go. Matter of fact, I do have the information on my website,
Okay.
timdclinton.org. So if you can't reach me there socially, I'm available. I respond to everybody. I don't care if I know you or don't. If I miss you, I apologize in advance. But I ain't the one. Folk get grand when they feel like they reach to a certain place and they can't talk. No, I don't do that. I don't care if you got 2 followers.
Right.
I honor you, the fact that you took time to even made a comment or you shared it. I'm appreciative to all of it. And so socially, Tim D. Clinton, timdclinton.org, or email me, timdclinton@gmail.com.
That's awesome, man. And last thing we want to clear up.
I'm nervous.
Don't be, Tim. I promise you. Tim D. Clinton. What does the D stand for? I know you don't want to give it up, but this is the question that you're gonna have to ask, because it's a lot of different theories out there, bro. I think we need to clear it up.
No one, I want to reveal that, but
no one knows.
No one knows. I tell you what it means offline. If you want to expose me later, do your thing.
Because I'm gonna tell you what they told me. They told me that it's for Ducky. That was a nickname that your mom gave you.
Donkey?
Ducky.
Tim Ducky Clinton?
Tim Ducky Clinton. I said, you're not going to tell you.
Tim Ducky is crazy.
I said, what happened? They said, that's the nickname his mama used to call him, Ducky, when he was a little boy. I said, y'all making this up. They said, Tim Ducky Clinton.
Now listen, mom is watching.
I'm telling you. She
Mom,
needs to clear it up. Mama Clinton, we need to know, is this a lie or is this the truth? Because this is what the people told me. I said, now, I don't believe this. Tim Ducky Clinton.
Jay, she gonna go in. I promise you that they calling her son Ducky is crazy work.
Mom, it's not me, so don't come on here. They told me you don't play around. It is my job as a journalist to report the facts of what I've received.
Ducky is crazy.
And we got to clear this up.
Tim Ducky Clinton. How they spelling it?
Ducky. Ducky. Like a duck.
Hey, wait till I get a hold of that. That is life changing.
So I guess that's not true.
No, sir.
Oh God.
Ducky is strong though. Tim
That's
Ducky.
strong. That's top 5 craziest things I heard all 2024.
Tim Ducky. Wow.
Ducky and in respect for that, I was going to get a T-shirt made for you, but I said, let me not waste my time. I had a nice picture of you with a duck under it.
You was about to brand it.
I'm about to brand it, Doc. I'm about to say, we got him. I got the middle name, y'all. Because everybody said, what in the world does the D stand for? And I said, don't worry, I'm going to put my team out. you know, they are, you know, out there, man. And they came back and said, Rev, the D stands for Ducky.
Wow.
I said, Jesus have mercy.
Hey, you got to add me to the group chat because to tell the team we cannot talk. Hey,
don't tell nobody else that. It stops here. We're killing that right here. Let me tell y'all something. Kingdom Conversations researchers, don't y'all report that to nobody else. It's a lie. It's not true. And we don't want Mama Clinton upset with us.
She going in. She is going in. Kingdom Conversation staff. Please don't let that get out.
Don't let it get out.
Ducky Paw.
That's crazy. But yo, Tim, thanks for coming by the conversation. And yes, everybody go and download this new record. Where can they find it, Tim? Tell everybody
it's everywhere. You know, I always point people to iTunes first. If you buy it, I will appreciate it. But you can definitely download it. Apple, and you can buy it on Amazon too, but you can stream it on Amazon. You can stream it on Spotify. And, you know, if you just type it into Google, it's a lot of other places too. YouTube for sure.
Okay.
And so wherever you stream music, most likely you'll be able to pull it up. So I do it for him, HYMN.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Clinton. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, brother.
Listen, y'all, that was Tim D. Clinton. Tim, not Ducky Clinton. We're not going to do the Ducky thing. But that was Tim Clinton, and we appreciate him. Again, I need everybody to go download his new project. I do it for him. HYMN. I do it for him. It is, I believe, 10 songs, and it's going to bless you real good. Thank you for tuning in to Kingdom Conversations, and I will see you next time. God bless. Peace.